Hey everybody, Eagle Run 23 here. I'm right next to the highway, so I hope you can hear me all right. I want to introduce you to my 98 Ford Expedition. This, some of you OG on the channel will remember this vehicle from a couple of videos years ago, but I need some help, and the reason for this video is I'm hoping to kind of tap into the awesome YouTube community and see if you guys have some advice for me. So please help me out in the comments here. I'm going to tell you over the next couple of videos kind of what I've done to this vehicle and what it needs, but today I'm focusing on the transmission. I have 260,000 miles on a 4.6 liter Ford, and this is the four-wheel drive Expedition. And so last week I had the transmission rebuilt, and I picked a guy, you know, in a small town out of the Metroplex to do it. It was $1,700. I think he did a great job, but well, I guess maybe I don't know if he did a great job. The transmission was slipping really badly, and he rebuilt the transfer case and the transmission, and it was $1,700. And so on my drive home, I had a little bit of trouble with it going into, I'm going to say going into gear. I would come to a stop sign, and you would kind of feel it shake a little bit, and then when you push the gas, nothing happens. So I don't have a ton of experience with you know, rebuilding automatics, so I don't really know if that's normal. Well, it didn't ever get any better. So I've been about 200 or 300 miles on the vehicle, and I've got an appointment to take it back in here in a couple of days. So I want to know if you've had a transmission rebuilt and kind of what your experience has been on that. The other problem I'm having is the 1-2 shift is awesome. It's never failed me, but the 2-3 shift, the third gear squirts out. It slips, and I rev up, you know, maybe 1,000 RPM. It goes to like 3,500, and then it catches and will accelerate fine. Other than that 2-3 shift, third gear is pretty strong. Feels better than it did. All of the gears, when they're working, feel better than they did. So that's why I guess I feel like the transmission rebuild was partially successful. So here's what I need to know. I'm going to take this back to the shop, to the same guy, and I'm going to see if he can kind of fix that issue. He thinks that the valve body is dirty. Does that sound right? I just don't know about that. He says the valve body is dirty, and he thinks he can fix it. Is that true? Hoping for a little bit of advice. So over the next couple of videos, I'm not turning my channel into an automotive channel, but over the next couple of videos, we're going to be addressing a few things. I put shocks, let me see if I can show you this. I put shocks on, let's see, about 50,000 miles ago. And these guys are rattling. And it's the same on the other side. And if you can see, that is doing absolutely nothing. I could just take that completely off, that bushing. So, the nut is kind of tight. I don't want to tighten it anymore, but anyway, that's an issue. We're going to be putting new shocks on. We're also going to be doing new upper control arms, lower control arms, and that's my torsion bar. This is a four-wheel drive. So I've got new parts coming for that, and we'll be working on that. I'm going to do axle shafts and hubs while I've got it all apart, and end links and tie rods. So I'm kind of doing an entire front end redo here, and so I would love your opinions on some parts, but we'll talk about that in a later video. So I'll just give you a quick walk around here, and then we'll say goodbye. She's in decent shape. It's been a week since we've had a bath, but we're in decent shape. I painted the bumper black. I started to remove this door trim, and I think I like that look, so I'm going to go ahead and do all of the door trim and just go with the plain there. I have a couple of Hildings. That's really the only body damage, and you really don't notice it. It's good to see here in the reflection. But yeah, that's what we've got. 98 Ford Expedition. So 98% of my views are from unsubscribed people. So will you give me a subscribe, follow me on this little journey, and I would love some input. I guess I could show you this is the other side. See, it's doing the same. So those shocks just, I don't know, maybe 50, 60,000 miles is not bad for a shock, but it's time to replace all of those parts. Those bushings are toast anyway. I probably could just press on a ball joint, but I think I'm just gonna replace all that. All right, well, that's what I got for today. Eagle Run 23, thanks for watching.